think it's fair to say that we all know, do we not, that His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales, Prince William, has zero time for Meghan Markle, the former cable TV actress that entered his life and tried to take over his stratosphere for a few years, well, about 18 months to put it precisely. And to say that he literally has no time for her is a vast understatement. So you can understand exactly why not only is he kicking her into touch, but more importantly, his younger brother Harry too. Let me explain. Morning, good to see you, chums. Thank you so much for your time today. And as ever, welcome one and all brand new subscribers. Lovely to have your company. We're having a bit of a weather thing. I think I mentioned it in the other video, but a bit of a problem over here in the United Kingdom. Yeah, start of August and a bit of a storm. Who would have thought? We've had them before. You know, people are just jumping on the fact that, oh, it's climate change and stuff like that. It's weather, isn't it? And can I just thank you also, by the way, for being so kind and understanding regarding that recent glitch. As many of you said, and it's so reassuring for me as well. Happens to me, Neil, you know, I just, you know, you struggle with things, don't you? And you're sat there on your own, or somebody helps you. Do you know that bit with technology? And they say it's great. But the minute they've gone, something happens and you think, they never mentioned that. Do you ring them up, look a fool? Do you try and work it out yourself, wipe it all off? That's the dilemma. Yes, you see, when you're doing it all yourself, and people forget that I film, present, record, edit, every single aspect of it, it's me alone. So all the mistakes when people say, oh, you did this, you think, I'm on my own. You know, that's the thing. I do it because I enjoy it. But let's not forget also, you know, if there are mistakes, we're only human. And you're not being charged. It's not the end of the world, is it? Doesn't matter. I'm not asking for 5p for the carrier bag. You know, listen at me, 5p for the carrier bag. It's like 40 pence now, isn't it? Yes. Oh, don't get me going on that. Let's get back, of course, to your royal story of the day. This created a massive problem. Now, you may not think so, but this is the problem with Harry and Meghan, as many people know. I would suggest that they are sort of underlying bullies, and as ever, I have to say allegedly. But the problem is they have no sort of, what's the word, you know, this sort of radar thing where you think now's not a good day to bring that up or whatever. When Harry went on TV and basically attacked all the good people that were looking after our late brilliant monarch, Queen Elizabeth, and said he was checking to make sure the right people were around her. Well, if he cared that much, why didn't he stay? You know, why did he try and disrupt her life in her final years? You get the picture. Now, here's where this is really developing and getting very interesting, because as you can understand, there is now a very close bond between His Majesty the King and the Prince of Wales, His Royal Highness Prince William, right? And this has been forged just not because of the fact that what's going to be. And I've often said this on the show, haven't I? It's an awful position, really, because you only get the job when the next person comes. It's not like that person retires and you can, you know, I don't know, take over or something like that. As William famously said, nobody wanted the Queen to go because of that simple reason. Harry openly said nobody wanted the job. Everybody else was trapped but him. According to a very well-placed source, William feels that both Harry and Meghan, as ever again, I have to say allegedly, are secretly, you know, surreptitiously bullying the King. This is because, if you remember, Harry popped up not too long ago now on that BBC interview and basically said, you know, he'd like to see his father. He didn't know how much longer he got left, all of that sort of stuff, right? And then, based on the back of that, they then went a stage further, and as many people know, suddenly there are sort of pictures of the secret meeting in the very heart of London where their new communications queen, Meredith Mayne, well, just emerged. And this is really all to paint His Majesty the King and indeed members of the royal family as being difficult, you know, not warm, not fuzzy, not friendly. Do not forget also they threw the icing on the top of the cake with the extra bit of dollop by basically saying they've invited, Harry and Meghan, have invited senior members of the British monarchy to the Invictus Games in Birmingham in 2027. Right, do they need an invitation? As I pointed out, many people would much prefer to have them. What's interesting is now, obviously, if you look at the bigger picture, is quite frankly, the King and William have had enough. And, you know, what you're going to see over the next few months is a very quicker shutting down of these particular ridiculous stories. Simply because, when you think about it, they gather wind and suddenly it's all to make the, you know, the Markles, as they're now called, to be the victims. And quite frankly, they're the ones that started the ball rolling. William, the King, and other members like Catherine and the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh simply want to get on with the job in hand, which is running the monarchy and representing us on the world stage. But as ever, Harry and Meghan like to make it about them, and William is certainly not having the King, with his ill health, being bullied, not even by his younger brother or indeed a former cable TV actress. Neil Shaw, Kensington, London.